Hello everyone, today I'm going to be reviewing the book The Royal Mob by Theresa Sherman, and this tells the story of Victoria Mountbatten, who is a granddaughter of Queen Victoria and who is the grandmother of Prince Philip, who married Queen Elizabeth. And this is an autobiographical novel, and it starts when she is about maybe 6 years old, and then ends after the marriage of Prince Philip to Queen Elizabeth, because she was able to see them get married. They got married in 1947 and she died in 1950. So she had a very long life, and she saw a lot of different reigns, and she saw monarchies, topple over. And this book has a bunch of different settings because her sisters married in different parts of the world. Two of them were in Russia. Her sisters were Empress Alexandra Fyodorovna and Grand Duchess Elizaveta Fyodorovna. And her sister Irene married into the Prussian royal court. And her husband, Queen Victoria, Victoria's husband was Louis Mountbatten, who was in the Navy and traveled a lot, so they got to go a bunch of places there. She had family in Greece, all over. So this takes a lot of different settings, and I really enjoyed that part of it. I think they even got to go to Israel, which is interesting, and even to the Middle East. So I loved hearing about that, and I think this author really did her research, and I liked that she decided to write about a lesser known not a royal, because Victoria Mountbatten, she didn't really rule, so I loved that she kind of took that kind of more of a side character and made her a more prominent character in this particular novel. And the only problem I have with this book is it was way too long. I had to take breaks and read smaller books in between reading the book. Um, this book was about 600 and it was six not about it was 631 pages, um, and that's not counting the family trees and the stuff. So it was very long, and I had to take breaks. But you know, other than that, I really enjoyed it. Something kept bringing me back to the book, so that is a really really positive thing. But the only thing I had problems with was the length. And I'm sure if it was on Audible, I wouldn't be complaining. I wouldn't have known. But 631 pages is a lot, and I finally got finished with it so I could sell it. Sell it. Well, I did sell it, and then I also so I can review it. Sorry. Um, um, so yeah. So that is all I want to say about this book. The only problem was it was way too long. I think she could have cut it down by 200 pages, and it would have been just as engaging, just as good. And I think she would have gotten. It wouldn't have been as wordy, but I mean, I think it still would have been good. It wouldn't have been so long, and I wouldn't have had to take book breaks. So yeah. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, let me know in the comments. I love talking to you guys in the comments. I do try and get back to people because I really want to grow this kind of I really love BookTube and I want to grow my own little booktuber community kind of thing going on. So I will be reviewing other books in the near future. I read Eat for Life. I listened to that on Audible. And I am listening to the book The Empress, which you'll hear more about that. I'm going to review that. And I am currently reading the the life and tragedy of the Dion quintuplets. So I'm almost done with that. I have about 70 pages to read of that. So that those books will be coming in the future, and I'm also deciding other books that I want to read that I have in my book stash that I have. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.